Hello and welcome to the Dollhouse. I'm your host, Tina Renee. Now with the holidays up on us, I insisted that Michael, our producer, have on a chef. Now I'm no cook, but don't laugh. I can do your little appetizers and party foods. If you tell me there's a function, I've got you covered. Ask me to make Sunday dinner, total disaster. Which is hopefully why Miss D. Marie can teach me a few tricks of the trade today. Welcome to the Dollhouse, Miss D. Marie.
Thank you.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, what are you making for us today?
I'm making flan. It's a very typical Christmas dessert.
Okay.
People love it, so it's easy to make.
Okay.
And in 1 hour, you'll be done.
1 hour is all it takes?
Yes.
I always see it in the stores and I'm just like, oh my goodness, I'd like to be able to make that, but it looks like it would take forever. But no, 1 hour?
1 hour to bake. That's all it takes.
Okay, seeing is believing. Let's get
So
started.
the first thing that we do is we're gonna pour 1 cup of sugar in a pot.
1 cup of sugar. Okay.
And then we're gonna add a few drops of lemon just to prevent it from having that burning taste.
Okay, so we shouldn't just dip it. We just a
No,
few little
just
drops.
a few
Okay.
drops.
Lemon juice.
And then you want to use at least like about, I will say 3 tablespoons of water just to kind of moisten the sugar.
Okay, 3 tablespoons of water.
Just enough to kind of moisten the sugar.
Okay.
And then we just put it in the pot, in the stove, and you should get ready to cook. So you should be, you want to make sure that all your sugar is moistened, because otherwise it'll not be even. So it should be pretty much like that.
Okay, so it looks like grits. Kind of looks like grits.
Yes.
Okay.
So all we do, we put it in kind of a medium fire.
Okay. Turn the fire on medium.
Medium fire.
Okay.
And then so after that, all you do is just mix the rest of your ingredients in a blender. I like to use a blender because when you do it manually, you kind of get the little chunks of egg, the egg whites in it, and I don't like the taste of it on the flan.
No.
So I like to blend everything. So
Okay.
I'll get rid of all the lumpy things.
So the blender is recommended over just
Over
hand.
using a whisk. Yes.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to use about 6 eggs.
About 6 eggs. Okay.
Just crack them into the blender.
Okay.
And I like to use the whole egg. Some people, they like to use whites. If you have high cholesterol, you can always use just the whites.
Okay, so did you guys get that at home? If you have high cholesterol or any type of other health matters where your diet has to be watched, you can just use the egg whites.
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, it won't make it taste any different, right?
No.
No, just...
But I like to use the whole egg.
Yeah. Okay.
So about 6 eggs.
Okay.
And then we're going to use 2 cans of condensed milk.
2 cans of condensed
And
milk.
this is the sweetened condensed milk.
Okay.
So,
Now, is there none sweetened?
I think there is, but for desserts, usually it's
Sweet.
sweet.
Okay. Because it takes all of everything out of it. If it's not sweet, if it's a dessert. Okay.
And then you don't have to use any sugar. I don't use any additional sugar other than what I use for the caramel.
Okay. So this over here that's brewing is for the caramel, and this is for the actual dessert.
I'm just gonna scrape because it's kind of thick.
Okay.
Yeah, don't put it on yet. Oh,
And what I like to do is you use 2 cans of the condensed milk, and I kind of like to rinse the cans, and I use half of the can of water.
So put half a can of water in.
Which is like about, the can is 14 ounces, so you use about 7 ounces per can.
Per can, okay.
Second one. a little sticky.
Hello, it's the weekend. Time to have some fun. If you need any help.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna blend all this. We're gonna use, in addition to this, we're gonna use about 3 tablespoons of vanilla extract.
Okay, so 3 tablespoons of the vanilla extract. Okay.
And we're gonna blend all this. And after we blend it, we have to wait for our caramel to be done.
Okay.
You pour the caramel in the pan, and you allow it to kind of get hard
The caramel to get hard?
in the bottom of the pan. Yes.
Okay. Now, how long should we have it on the stove? Should we be stirring or just leaving it?
No,
and let
you just leave it until
Okay.
it starts browning.
Okay.
So that's your additional 7 ounces.
Okay.
And then I can use the vanilla extract.
This seems like it would be a really sweet dish. Is it sweet? Like really sweet?
It depends on the caramel. If you use a lot of caramel, your recipe is going to be extra
Really
sweet.
sweet. Okay.
But if you don't like a lot of sweetness in it, then what you do is you use less of the caramel in the bottom of the pan,
Okay.
and you should be good. Because the milk, this particular one, la lechera, is not as sweet as some other ones.
Okay.
Some other ones are pretty sweet. This one is not.
So depending on what you're looking for, if you want something super sweet, then you would go with a goods with more sugar in it, or adding more sugar.
Yes.
If you do that. Okay.
Okay, and so we're gonna blend it now. It's just good for like about, I would say 30 seconds to a minute. Should be good. So that's your mix.
Okay.
And so we're gonna check on the caramel. Okay, so we're allowing the caramel to get brown, and once it has that brown consistency, you should know because it's gonna start getting kind of sticky, and you can see it on the bottom of the pot. It starts getting kind of sticky and thick. So that's the consistency that you actually want on your caramel. If it's too watery, then it's not going to work out because then it's not gonna dry up on the bottom of the pan.
Okay.
So you actually want it.
So we're looking for a more thicker brown substance.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And then after it's done, what you do is you put it in your pan. You just allow it to sit for about, I'll say like about a minute, because it actually dries up really fast. So you see it's brown. It's a nice rich brown.
Oh, there really is a change.
And it's pretty thick.
Yeah, it went from being clear to this dark brown, almost burgundy color.
Yes.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour the caramel in. And like I said, if you don't want a lot of sweetness in it, you don't have to use the whole cup, you can use less of it.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna use that much for now.
Okay.
And then what you do is you want to caramelize the sides of it too. So I kind of bring it to the sides without dropping it.
Dropping it on. Okay. Ooh, it does dry really, really quick.
It dries very, very quick. So that's why you kind of have to, once it's done, you have to really pour it because otherwise it'll dry fast.
Okay. And the sweeter you want it, the more of this you pour in.
Yes.
Okay.
And then whatever is left, then you just let it sit.
Okay.
And it should take about a few seconds just to dry. It doesn't take that long.
Okay. It almost looks like one of those fruit roll-ups that you would roll off of the paper.
Pretty much, but you
Yeah.
don't want to touch it because
Yeah,
it's pretty hot.
Yeah.
And it will burn just like wax. Like hot wax. And it should be more or less like this. You want to coat the sides of the pan and the bottom of it. That way when you flip the caramel at the end, then everything will be kind of even. And then we're gonna put the mixture in it. And fill to the top of it. And then what you do is you're gonna put this small pan in a bigger one, and you're gonna add water. And you want at least this pan to be covered at least halfway. You don't want to fill this big pan to cover this one all the way to the top, because then when it boils inside the oven, it will spill into the mixture. So you want it only like halfway. It's just to prevent the caramel and the mixture to burn when it's baking.
Okay.
So you just put the whole pan inside, and then you just add water once you pour it. And it doesn't matter whether you add it hot or cold.
Because it will heat up.
It will heat up in the oven. Yes.
Okay.
So you just want about halfway. And that's about it.
Okay.
And then you'll just put it in the oven about 350 degrees. What you're looking for is you want the top of it to be brown. And unlike when you check the cakes that you put a fork or you put a toothpick, you could do that, but I usually kind of touch the top, and if it's not jiggly, you know that it's done. But you can tell by how brown it is on the top, and whether it moves, the mixture moves around in the pan. Okay, and then we'll put this in the oven, 350 degrees. And it usually takes about an hour, 15 minutes at the most
Okay, so about an hour for that to cook.
to cook. And then your final product, what you will be getting.
I'm excited.
Okay, beginning will look like this.
Oh, how
And
pretty
this
is
is
that?
That's the brown color that you are looking to know whether it's moving. Sometimes what I meant by touching is when you go like this, the mixture doesn't move in the pan.
It's solid.
Okay. And then once it's done, you take it out of the pan, the big pan, and then you refrigerate it at least for a good 4 to 5 hours before you serve it. Because you want to make sure that you serve it cold, otherwise it's not as tasty. And then before you serve it, you need to make sure that you kind of use a knife to kind of unstick the sides of it. And then once that's done, you take your serving platter and you want to flip it.
And this is the flip part.
This is the flip part.
And if you don't do the flip part, you don't get the same result, right?
Yes, because the caramel will stay in the bottom, so
Okay.
it's not going to be as good.
Ooh,
So this is your final
how
product.
yummy.
And then you can drip some of the caramel that is left in the pan into the form.
How pretty, and it looks so good. Can't wait to taste it.
It tastes, it has more of a, like a cheesecake kind of consistency, so that's what you want to accomplish.
And that's what it is. It looks like a cheesecake, minus the little crust
Yes.
at the bottom of it. The crunch.
So, you want to bite?
Voila! Yes, I want to bite. I have to tell the viewers at home how amazing it tastes and how easy it is to make. I would have never guessed. Simple.
It's very simple.
Simple. Well,
Very, very simple.
for all my guests that come over, this is going to be the new little fix. This is definitely one of those foods that you can fix, put in, and voila, you're done. It's one of those dishes that are almost too pretty to eat, but I'm eating this.
Mama, I got my soup.
Okay, and here it goes.
Let's see if it gets approval. How you like it?
I love it. And I taste every bit of the caramel. It's really good. Really, really good. Okay, so now you guys know how to make flan. Okay, it's simple, it's easy, and it's delicious. So the next time you're having one of those get-togethers and you need to make something quick and simple, get it in, get it out, and then your guests will think you spent hours on it, here you go. Thank you so much, Jean Marie. This is great. I will. Thank you. We'll catch you next time on the Dollhouse. Love this.